That was a clean, nice
yeah,
landing.
That was a very smooth run. A lot of technicality being thrown up top.
There's really no hesitation to throw a 270 out here.
There's not a lot of room to even think. Like, you just have to go into muscle memory here because the features are packed so closely together.
It's kind of stressing me out. Impressing me also, but.
You know, Liam's probably going to want to square up that front board a little more as we get a replay on that. But again, I'm impressed by that backside 270 going into such a dangerous rail to do that. But
you think that was better than first run?
I do not.
Okay. He doesn't either. Liam gets 85.33, but still sitting on that 90 flat. So he is in a decent position to make the transfer. Benny Milam up next.
Benny Milam, just fan favorite in this kind of event. Early adopter, if you will. Front board switching up. Able to hold ice.
Oh my gosh.
A very rapid pace going on right now.
Another pretzel. Boom,
wow.
Right through that section. Heading for that wall ride again.
Oh!
Okay.
Fan favorite. They like that wall ride.
Yeah, that's a good one. Benny's kind of a master, or is definitely a master of both the technical rail maneuvers, but he also is so good in the air, so that kind of feature really suits him.
100%.
Okay, so this run looked so good, a little off early on that second feature, and then the bottom feature off a little bit early too, so some room, but I think he's going to improve on the first run score, I think.
Yeah, he wants that 270 pop out there. Do the backside wall ride, pops out of that into a lip slide, and then tries to pop it into 270 out.
Yeah, sometimes you would think in run one you wouldn't want to hit a wall, unless you're literally hitting a wall.
Yes, yes. 80.66 for run number 2. He's going to hold on to that first run score. Top 2 move out of this bracket. And Nate Haust will have his second run here momentarily.
Focus up in the top. A little bit of pressure being the winner from last year, but I know he can manage it. Right onto that barrier rail. Oh, love to see a board slide into a press. That's classy.
Barley grind right there.
That's classy.
Oh, another good one.
Gaps over that feature. Not sure if that was intentional.
Oh, Nate just gets a little bit bucked onto the tail and goes down. Upper section was so strong.
It's interesting having Nate dropping right after Benny too, because they went head-to-head in finals last year. So a little bit of extra pressure there.
Yeah, there it is. I loved it. You don't see that as much. That's the kind of nuanced trick that I just nerd out about in a street event. When you go sideways board slide and then you pop into a press, not something that you see that often. It's different. It's fresh. I love it.
And that's what the judges want too. They don't want to just see the same old stuff. And these riders have such a giant bag of tricks to pull from as we head straight back up to the top. Sam about to drop for his third and final run. 62.33 is what he's trying to build upon to get into first place. You need to top a 90. The 83.66 is what you need at least to get into the transfers position.
Yeah, a little bit of a last chance scenario heading into this switch. There he goes.
Nice.
That's, I think, what he was looking for on that. Into the front board. Pretzel out. Love to see that. Heading into this little drop down section. Manages a little nose heavy on that, but makes it through. And off a little early. Not sure that's going to do it for Sam Klein, but the kid's all smiles.
Yeah, it's tough with the level of competition with these riders. You know, you have to be perfect off everything, even in round one.
Then just take a look up here how much speed management is done between this first feature and then right here. To slow it down, you got to throw the brakes on, or else you just end up jumping over that rail feature.
Yeah, 100%. I think he just wasn't really able to manage the speed exactly like he wanted. Got a little off his edge in that first hit, and I think it maybe set him up a little bit wonky going through the run, though he does kind of manage to hold on to it for the most part, though he comes off a little early. Just a fun show, though.
Yeah.
All right, so it's going to be interesting to see what his score is. I don't think he's going to top that 83.66. 62.33 for run number 3. So Sam put on a great show out here. Straight back up to our current leader. This is Liam, about to go for his 3rd and final run. Already done some damage. Run number 1 is a massive 90.
Yeah, there's going to be a tornado warning on the course after the amount of 270s that are going on in this run. He's mixing it up at the top there into this storage container. Switch 270 onto that down into the electrical box. The press into the slide. There it is again. Classy.
Liam, that was insane. Completely different line. And that's what the judges want too. I mean, that's really going to play into things later on when the judges are using the combined scoring for the final round. And if his riding is showing any indication, he's going to make it to that final round. And that's when mixing things up is really going to play into it. But let's take a look at this run once again.
Wow.
Goes into this regular half cab and then boom, switch backside 270 into this. Yeah, here we go. Look at this.
Switch back 270. Brings it back.
Love that.
Fights his body's natural wanting to go one more rotation. This is sick. I think that was rad. That little press.
Cab 1 into 5-0. Oh, God.
And just so much pop out of that last rail. That was an amazing run. That's even better than run number 1, I think.
I'd say so as well.
88 flat. I guess the judges don't think so, but we think so. But you're making it on to the transfer position nonetheless. Benny Milam, 3rd and final run.
Looking to add some space here. Up his score a little bit because he knows with Haust dropping next, no one is safe.
Here you go, Benny. Super technical up top.
Heading in switch, front board, switch up to board slide. Front board, switch up to board slide again.
Way better execution on this run.
Right through that clackamas into this wall. Here we go. Wilden. Oh! Switches it up on us. Wall ride to front board.
It looks good. It looks smooth.
Come on up just a little bit early, but he's still in that position right now. The 83.66 upper section was real strong.
Takes such good board control to maneuver these quick switch ups on these rails. Now again, sometimes in the streets you're looking at a long, maybe 20, 30 foot rail. Here it's a little bit more concise, a little bit more close in. So to really be switching up in between these rails, it takes a lot of control.
Yeah, I mean, that's straight directly from the Hollywood line. That is experience on the Hollywood line at Trollhagen right there.
Yeah, and these first 2 rails up top, there was a lot of technicality being thrown right there.
Switch 50, gap 180 there. I'd love to see him, mix up that clackamas a little bit, but
that is crazy. The backside wall ride popping out into a front board. 81.33 for his 3rd and final run. He's still looking good. Nate Haust will be the last person to have a say whether or not Benny is going to be able to make that position to transfer on to the next round. Nate, our winner from last year. I mean, it's Benny's going to be biting nails right now.
Yeah.
There he goes, keeping that first trick the same. The board slide to press. Now he's going switch into this. Solid land right there. Transferring over that rail, still not sure if that's his intention.
Whoa! And goes down out of the 450.
I was waiting for the 450 to come out. I knew we wouldn't get out of the first round without seeing a 450.
Nate goes down. Upper section was real strong.
Yeah, he was looking really, really good. That was a nail biter. But that's the nature of the street style.
It is.
The full pull.
Streets don't take prisoner.
No.
All right, so let's talk about what went right on his run. But unfortunately,
the replay has other ideas.
The replay wants to show us what went wrong. The 450 pop out, just a little bit toe heavy.
Yeah, going for a 360 and then some. you know, if you're looking at it, maybe he was just trying to land in a nice little Euro carve there.
Yeah.
You know, that could be innovative.
Rennie Congus.
All right, so Nate will not transfer on. So it'll be Liam and Benny who will make it on into the second round. So congrats to them, but we are not even close to being done yet. But before we move on to the next round, let's go down to Chris Cote, who's with, I don't know what he's doing down there. What do you got going on, Chris?
Hell yes. Benny, Liam, welcome to the battle brackets. How the hell do you go from the most raging practice session party ever to the serious business of snowboarding like that?
I mean, it's a bit distracting, but having the crowd here to hype everyone up is super sick, and I think it feeds into the energy a lot.
Benny, you've been here before. How are you going to keep this momentum?
Say it again?
How are you going to keep the momentum you built from here last year?
Honestly, just have fun, I guess. I don't know. Keep it easy, keep it mellow.
Just have fun, just do it. The battle bracket is about to be on.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, guys, hanging out up here in the VIP booth, and I had to pull Sean Malto up in the mix because you're one of my favorite street skateboarders of all time. So I think it's incredible that you're here watching snowboarding, being a fan of snowboarding, and just wanted to get your thoughts on what you're seeing going down out here with street style.
Yeah, I'm psyched to be here. I mean, these guys are gnarly. I mean, you know, I'm a skater, so all these rails look way bigger than what I'm used to, but I've been a snowboard fan for the last 20 years, and I'm just psyched to be able to be in the Dew Tour tent still watching it.
And you've been coming out to Dew Tour in snowboarding like the past few years. I've seen you on snow. I know you like snowboarding as well. Have you stepped to rails at all before or recently? And how's that compare for you, like coming off the skateboard, trying to snowboard and hit some rails?
I mess around in the park a little bit, but not like these guys, that's for sure. You know, I'm used to trucks and wheels and locking in that way. I don't understand how they lock in over here, but man, it's really impressive to watch. And yeah, I've been coming here for the last 10 years now, so I'm really psyched to be here for the 20th anniversary.
Heck yeah, well, it's good to have you. I saw you flipping through the sheet real quick. Did you have any favorites in here that you saw? And not to put you on the spot, you don't have any that you're looking at. No big deal. But
I'm really looking forward to this one kid. What's his name?
In the third heat.
Baden. I've heard
Nick Baden is nasty.
I heard a lot about Baden.
Check out his double.
I'm psyched to see him in the third heat.
Check out his ender at Knights of the Brown Table. So Nick Baden, yeah, third heat. You definitely want to check him out. We're going to cut to break. Sean Malto, it's a pleasure having you out here. One of my favorite skateboarders of all time. You crush it in the streets. You crush it with commentary on Street League skateboarding as well. Great having you out here.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be back with more right after this.
Rockstar Energy to help me take it to the next level.
Is this it?
Refresh your senses with a wave of tropical lime flavor. Mountain Dew Baja Blast. In stores now.
Hey there, it's me. Food. Whenever you need me. I'm ready for you. Especially when you're busy. And you're always busy.
So awesome.
But no matter what, we find time for this. So go ahead and enjoy the moment. Because there's plenty to go around. Keep it easy, my friends. Sincerely, Food. Sincerely, Safeway.
Circle K's new free Inner Circle membership program makes filling up rewarding with everyday fuel discounts every fill-up. Make life a little easier. Start saving on fuel now. Download the Circle K app and join today for free. Circle K's new free Inner Circle membership program rewards you for loving all your favorites with delicious deals and personalized perks. Make life a little easier. Start saving on your favorite food and drinks now. Download the Circle K app and join today for free.
Time to go?
Not yet.
Welcome back to Copper Mountain. Under the lights, we are here for Dew Tour's men's snowboard street style. And we have gotten one heat underway. We're on to heat number 2. How's it going, everybody? Todd Richards alongside Mary Walsh and Stan Levier. And we are about to get into probably one of the craziest heats of the evening. Starting off with Sam Taxwood, we have Brandon Davis, Luke Winkleman, Pat Fava. This is going to be a heater.
Yeah, this is like a 50-50 split. 2 riders that make their bones in the streets and 2 that come from a slopestyle background. Sam Taxwood, of course, a street rider and backcountry ATV.
Sam Taxwood.
Starting off switch. Nice little lip slide on that box feature. Going on that storage. Too much gas, missing that rail down there. Big gap back lip on that drop down feature. Not quite able to hold on to that bottom rail. Sam Taxwood, kind of his entry into the competitive rail jam game. The kid's looking good in a hockey helmet right now.
That's right. He's the only one wearing a hockey helmet out here, which, you know, hey, it's icy.
It's interesting because Liam Brearley is the Canadian, so
look at this. A little bit too much speed. Tries to get that 270. Taps it just a little bit. Just brushes the end of the rail.
And I love this.
Yeah, that's
massive
sick.
gap back lip. He's going to want to get a little bit more on top of that. I know that he can do it. You know, I think he's shaking out a little bit of the contest jitters, but Sam Taxwood, don't let him fool you. He's a competitive guy, you know? I think he could come to play here.
Stacks putting up a 40 on run number 1. He gets 2 more chances at this. Brandon Davis coming up next, coming out of Big Bear, California. I mean, this kid can do everything.
Yeah, you know, don't let Brandon Davis fool you. I think he's out here kind of claiming, oh, you know, I don't really do the competition thing anymore. I know for a fact this kid could go all the way.
Oh, 100%.
Dude, look at this. Just so clean.
When you grow up riding the parks at Bear, you grow up riding parks very, very
Yo, look at that. Gap out and over onto the Jersey barriers.
Wow.
That was a
solid run from
nice
Brandon Davis.
Opener.
I mean, Brandon's been spending most of his season the last couple years in the backcountry, filming in Alaska, all over, and feels like the rails just come second nature to him.
Yeah, look at this here. Watch how clean all of his tricks are. The execution on him, super smooth. Puts himself in perfect position on the rails. There's that 270.
Perfectly between the bindings. That's what every rider's looking for, lining that thing up 90 degrees. There we see this kind of innovative gap, but not able to stay quite on top of that like you might have liked. But a nice, stylish 270 gapping over that down section.
That was a solid run. Brandon Davis is going to put up a meaty score on that one. 82.33. 2 more runs left to go.
Yeah.
Luke Winkleman up next. Luke is, I mean, this kid just came off a big win at the Red Bull Heavy Metal competition.
Starting that thing switch, cab 1 into a press, going 270 over that elbow.
Going 1,000 miles an hour as well.
Incredibly fast. Oh, buttery. Into this bottom section, backside 270. Luke Winkleman, this kid, he's a slope style, but he also films in the street. Check his footage out in the Bloom movie. This kid can do it all. He's put on a show this year. Absolute strong contender. You know, one of the names that if I was a betting man, I'm looking at Luke Winkleman.
Oh, 100%. I feel like Luke is kind of born from the old guard of snowboarding in the early 2000s when you had to do it all and you had to come up through competing pretty much, and he does it all. I mean, his video clips this year were insane.
This is what you liked right here, Stan, onto those Jersey barriers.
Yeah, you know, we've been seeing a little bit of, I'm going to say it, we've been seeing a little bit of side railing going on that feature. You know, they're kind of on the side. They're not really on top of it. I'm not in love with that, but Luke Winkleman right there showing how it's done, staying right on top of that thing. Smooth.
Winkleman, 87.66 on run number 1. Remember, top 2 scorers advance out of this heat. Pat Fava is up next. Just one of 2 Favas. Bicycle helmet, check. Mustache, double check. We are ready.
Pat Fava actually biked here.
It is the only way to get up I-70.
Yes.
It's true.
50-50 on that first rail.
Ooh.
Backside 270 into that.
Watch
onto
this.
the storage. Little bit of a bobble there on the storage crate going into Clackamas. Heading into this final feature, switch 270. Able to put it down a little shakier than I might have thought.
You know, just it's first run of 3. It's got time. I think, you know, Pat, the elder of the Favas, is a very, very consistent street rider. He has so many podiums under his belt, so we got some more to see from him.
Yeah, and he was all over this course, too. A lot of riding back and forth in between features, over to the left, carving over to the right.
I think the bike helmet kind of makes him look more aerodynamic than normal.
Sporty as hell.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like a little Tour de France.
This right here, the 270 hard way. Comes off just a little bit early.
That's that kind of side rail I'm talking about, you know? Like, not able to really square up, stay on top of that thing. It's that kind of technique that's going to propel you into that head-to-head round.
All right, Sam Taxwood straight back up and into it. Pat Fava gets a 73.66 for his first attempt through.
Starts off switch 270 out of that. Boom. A lot of switch riding from Sam Taxwood. There it is. There it is.
Meaty backlip from Stax.
What I tell you, Stax was just warming up.
Yeah, he doesn't play. That was a beauty.
You know, a lot of these street style events, again, birthed from filming in the streets. And the kind of technique we just saw with Sam on that gap back lip, that's exactly how events like this come to exist in the first place.
I gotta say, it's kind of a treat watching Stax in this setting. Unusual and exciting.
Oh,
solid.
Wow.
I love that.
Yeah, that was perfect.
That clip will live in my head rent-free for the rest of the night, I think.
Wow, rent prices are so expensive, so that's really lucky.
Yeah, copper's not cheap.
No, it ain't cheap up here. All right, so looking for a decent score from Sam Taxwood. Look at that.
Oh,
big
that
gap
angle.
out. That really gives you an idea of how far he was gapping. Come on, let's give Stax a 79.
He's creeping on it. I'm curious to see what else Sam Taxwood is thinking, what else he's got in the bag, if that competitive switch is gonna flip on. Hard to say.
Brandon Davis sitting on an 82.33.
Brandon Davis choosing a directional board, I've just noticed here.
Well, you never know when you could hit the pow.
Yeah.
Switch back lip. Solid 270 and 270 out, but a little bit of a bobble. Makes up for it though on the storage container. He seems strong. There he is, right on top of that drop down rail. 50 gap, front board, back to switch. That's classy.
So the only criticism really is that top rail came off a little bit early, got a little squarely in between the first 2 features, but I mean, other than that, back lip, it's that 270 off, but just gets a little wild in the transfer onto the storage container.
Talk about saving it though. I think, you know, if that was me between those and I edged like that and lost it, I would be in the crowd at that point. So.
That is just
I like
so
this.
beautiful.
Yeah,
that
you see
front
how
lip.
he edges right into that, leans into it, puts himself right on top. Perfect.
Yeah,
transfer.
the Cannon lip-to-lip slide. I mean, that's heavy duty, especially since you're landing on, you know, that's cement.
Yeah.
All right, 79.66 for run number 2. He's still sitting on that 82.33. Straight back up to the top for Luke Winkleman's second run through. Luke sitting on top right now with that 87.66.
Luke Winkleman's been traveling all over. Came from Europe. He's going back to Europe, but he's here at the Do now, hoping to walk away with some hardware.
Ooh.
Solid 270 over that elbow rail, 50.
Oh! Oh! Right in the winkleberries. Ouch.
Hard pause for that one.
Patent pending.
Oh, man.
That just goes to show Luke Winkleman unwilling to quit at any time.
He's not a quitter. Luke is not a quitter.
Slides almost into the Air Force banner, still decides, you know what, let's jib it.
Goes for a bit of a French press on the rail. Watch this right here. He just gets a little bit bucked as he lands. Gets it back, bumps off, and then just ends up high.
Well,
oh, gut buster.
I mean, good, solid ollie.
Yeah, that was he was just adding stuff. Pat Fava about to drop in for his second run.
You know, I think what's throwing me is the button up with the bike helmet is kind of a getting ready for the workday.
Yeah, it's
situation.
like a sporty Vermont lumberjacker who likes to cycle on the weekends. Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Ooh, nice back 270.
There we see Pat Fava just cycling through his tricks here. Heading into thank you.
A little slow in the uptick, Mary. That's good. Oh! There we go. Pat bringing the super tech here at the bottom.
Just switching gears.
Yes.
I'm trying to keep up.
Yes.
There we go. Pat Fava, we saw, I'm curious to see if he's going to mix up that first 50-50. It's a little uncharacteristic.
Did you see the subtlety of the ollie up onto the ramp to get up there? That was some crazy boarding.
Yeah, Pat Fava, I mean, he's an incredible rail rider. It's like his style is so good. Oh, that was just so squared up. His style is so good, and he's just got an immaculate bag of tricks.
The kid is not afraid to do a 450.
No.
That is for sure.
Got a good disaster, too.
He's also not afraid to lock into a heel edge on the ride out, but he pulled it clean. Nice work, Pat. 76.33. He's got one more run. All right, 2 runs down. We have 1 run left to go.
Sam Taxwood, People's Champ. Salt Lake City local, a sultan of the streets. Such a pleasure to have him here in Copper.
Here we go, hockey temper. Let's get it.
Okay, looks like he's going to mix things up a little bit. 270 onto that little bit of a wash, but he sees he's got to mix things up. Now he's just going to have a little fun with it. Little nollie pop over that flat bar. Again, perfect. The kid front boards like nobody I know.
So Sam Taxwood having a little bit of troubles on run number 3, but putting on a great show. And as Stan said, that gap over to back lip or front board, that was probably one of the heaviest moves that we've seen here this evening.
Yeah, going from filming video parts, showing up, having to do it in front of a massive crowd of people. No easy task. Despite that bobble, still gives the crowd something to look at.
Brandon Davis, he's currently in. But that could change. Pat Fava still has 1 more run to go. So here we go, Brandon Davis.
Switch lip slide, stand switch on that 270. Back to his regular stance. Make it nice.
How is landing up on top of that on his heels in that car? I can't wait to see that again.
Precision. The crowd liking that one. I'm liking that one.
That was a sick run.
We're starting to see some of these riders open up, explore some of these different gap options that we haven't really been able to see. It's still run 1.
In the replay, you're going to see him pop up onto the storage feature and land on his heels and lock in just so he can set himself up. It was crazy to me. Jumps out, locks onto his heels. Wow. Almost carves off of the storage box, and then this gap over to lip slide again.
And there we have that. Nice. Here he goes. Nice right between the bindings, like we like to see. Heading into this nice gap.
Good.
Like we were talking about. Starts on the side, props his body up to stay on top of it. That's how it's done.
this backside 270 off of the cannon rail. So Brandon Davis already in a good transfer position with that 82.33. Gets an 83 flat.
Upset
for his final run. So he's looking good. Pat Fava will be the last one to come down that can possibly bump into that transfer position. Luke Winkleman already sitting pretty solid right now. So Luke is definitely moving on. Brandon is the only one that's going to have to be sweating Pat Fava's last run.
Luke Winkleman probably just hoping to stay on his feet here, but starting things off switch into that tail press. Solid 270, back into regular. And this is where he bobbled it last time. He's able to hold on. That's a great start.
Oh.
Buttery smooth 270 going into that. And then this final switch front board. 270 bringing things back to regular. The kid's got it all. He's got a deep bag of tricks. He brings them out on all the features. Luke Winkleman, this kid's a champ.
Yeah, and it's very rare to see Luke bobble or not land something. I mean, his consistency plus his style is kind of, part of his prowess. I really like the half cab tail. I think that's such a nice
Really
trick.
classy. That's what we call a video part
Yeah,
trick.
I like that a lot.
Start off switch, do a switch frontside 180, land in a tail press. Something you might see in a video grass movie.
Yeah, that was perfect, top to bottom. Luke with an 87. What is this going to be? He's an 88.66, so jumps up just a little bit, looking pretty good. He's in for sure, but he's looking good with his form going into the next round. So Pat Fava will be the last one to come down and possibly do some damage and bump Brandon Davis out of that transfer position.
And if there's anyone that can handle the pressure, show up, it's Pat Fava.
All right, here we go. Pat lining himself up for this first rail.
Okay, switch lip, switching that first rail up. I was curious if he was going to do that. Backside 270 going into the storage crate. Another solid 270 as he heads into Clackamas.
That was perfect.
And the 450.
Oh, the pressure is on.
Ooh, now I'm going to let you guys kind of dissect this one because you're going to have to put that up against Brandon Davis's run.
Oh man, this is a tough one. I think that the thing that was nice about Pat's run is that it was very smooth, very little, body movement, very little. Wow, it just was smooth.
Yeah, totally. Never really lost an edge, kept a pretty sturdy line through this whole thing, and of course caps it off with a trick that's won him a good amount of money this year so far, that 450. I think when I look at that, after mixing up that top rail, I think it's highly possible that could take Brandon Davis.
I agree. I think adding the 450, how squared up he was in the Clackamas County rail, is very strong full pull.
Will we see a Fava moving on? He's got to beat that 83. Judges taking their sweet time with this one.
About the only time you see the crowd go quiet.
Waiting on the scores right now.
A lot of deliberation going on.
Much deliberation.
Stress is rising in the booth right now.
Bike helmet. 84, and he moves on. We got one Fava into the next round. Brandon Davis, though, putting on an insane show. Let's go down to Chris Cote. Chris is in the crowd.
At the end of the day, it was the mustache and the bike helmet that came through. Hell yes. Did it in the clutch right there.
Let's go. Dutour, baby. Let's run it.
Winkleman, top qualifier in that heat. That was heavy all the way through. This is one of the fastest courses I've ever seen. What's it look like when you're flying down this thing?
I'm not seeing much, to be honest. I'm just, as soon as I land, turning my head, hoping I'm in line for the next feature. So I'm just cruising, trying to figure it out as I go still.
All right, these guys are still unlocking this course. More battles coming up, one more heat to go. 2 more battlers have entered the arena. It's about to get hectic.
All right, thanks, Chris. We're moving into heat number 3. Starting things off with Sean Malto's favorite snowboarder, Nick Baden, apparently.
Yes, somehow not surprised to hear that. Nick Baden has a special energy that especially the people of Colorado, you know, Nick Baden's a Colorado local himself. Kid's got Colorado on his back right now, and once Sean Malto hypes you up, how can you not have a little bit of boost going into that?
Only one direction you can go is up. So in this next heat, we have the other Fava, Joey Fava, Darcy Sharpe, who is an absolute rail wizard, and this is going to be a really hard heat to come out of, and Frank Jobin as well. So this is going to be a very sizzler of a heat. All right, let's jump back into it. Enough of us here in the booth. Let's head back out to the action out on the street style course. As I said, Nick Baden will start us off.
There he is, calm, collected. We spoke to him last night. He basically said every feature was his. So
I love that mentality, just going out to destroy it.
Nick Baden, full beard since the 4th grade.
Starting things off, switch. Nice little gap transfer with that board slide. Boom, big gap, kissing the rail at the end there. Coming off a little bit early. Sean Malto's going to take note of that.
That's right.
You know, Nick Baden comes from a competitive background. He's a hardcore filmer now, but he's no stranger to the contest scene.
Yeah, he was a slope dog for a long time.
He is a wizard in the air as well.
Yeah, starting things off, switch there. No easy task, putting that one down. Solid board slide transfer there. This is where he gets that little kiss on the rail on that front board. Just big air time, lines that thing up, boom, makes connection, puts it down, heads into that final feature, which is really where he's going to want to clean it up for his final run. Obviously coming off a little early there.
So Baden, as everyone else, will get 3 attempts. Baden's first attempt is down. What is he going to get for a score? 49.33 for run number 1 for Nick Baden.
We should get Sean Malto down there to hype him up.
Yeah, Sean, could you get in the corral, hype your boy up?
Yeah, it's some athlete support.
Speaking of hyping your boys up, Joey Fava about to drop. I don't know what's going on there. He just signaled a plane. There's a plane coming in for a landing here.
He's signaling something. Big gap 270 over that whole flat part.
Oh!
God.
Oh my, Joey Fava doesn't slow down, just comes out firing. Oh, and look at that. That was beautiful.
You know what I like about this and what I think we're going to see a lot of from Joey Fava today? He's taking big gaps where some riders starting at the top of the rail, seeing their way all the way through. Joey Fava taking a different approach, a little bit more air time, gapping over a lot of the features. And I saw in practice, he's got a little something cooking for us, and I know we're going to see
I think he's saving it, though, because it could be potentially devastating for the board under his feet.
Yeah.
So we will be saving that for a little bit later. But man, oh man, Joey Fava would love to join his brother. Can you imagine if this shakes out? Fava on Fava in the battle brackets.
I don't know who I would pick in that matchup. I mean, Joey is so insane. He's got that perfect blend of precision and amplitude, or for lack of a better word,
69.33. So Joey Fava moves into the lead. Remember, top 2 scores advance on to the next round. Darcy Sharpe up next, coming out of Canada. An insane slopestyle rider, incredibly technical on rail features.
No, I will say that Darcy Sharpe has zero regard for personal safety when he enters a course like this.
Not safe.
Any regulator in his brain that says maybe I shouldn't do that, left behind.
No stranger at the podium here.
Oh, little layback on top, little surf style. Love to see that.
Oh.
Lip slide 270 out. Big backside 270 gap. Able to stay on it pretty nice. And then a 50.
Oh, it's like his lens popped out right there, or someone's lens is on the ground.
Straight carving through the banners down at the bottom.
High fives for everyone in the crowd. Darcy Sharpe is a man of the people.
And he's in the people. Darcy Sharpe up top. Look at this little Count Dracula.
Ooh, wow, that was a good one.
Yeah, you like that?
Love to see that. Shout out Lucas Magoon, you know, just lay back, throw your hands down on there. One of the godfathers of street. Darcy Sharpe just kind of channeling that energy. Canadian warrior here.
Look at that. A lot of airtime travel as he gaps out onto those jersey barriers and that backside 270. And then watch here. Comes out just right into the banners.
Yeah, just need a little more runway right there.
Look at how hard it is to see. Gets in there and then to hold on and to pull that 270 out.
I mean, that was a make. That was a full-on make. He just had to throw the brakes on. sure the judges are looking at that. What happened here? Kind of got a little bit wild on the pop out.
Takes some of the fans' beverages with him on that one.
The crowd is hyped. They like it.
Yeah, you get some lovely parting shots from Darcy Sharpe, waiting for his score. Upper section was great. 61.33, so Darcy moves into that second place spot for the time being.
But then next we have a Canadian destroyer all the way from Quebec.
Frank Jobin.
Yeah, Quebec City, a breeding ground of street snowboarding. Some of the most iconic street clips have been filmed there. Frank Jobin, born within it, here today to show us what Quebec can do.
Ooh, that was a nice combo.
Go and switch into that. Staying switch into the electrical box. Nice little front board off that. 50, transfer, 270 out. The crowd's jumping. He seems pretty excited. Got a little bit of a Canadian face-off, I'd say, a friendly Canadian face-off when it comes to Frank Jobin and Darcy Sharpe.
East versus west. I mean, that was precise. Taking a look back at this, I mean, look at every landing very, very clean for Jobin. Oh, actually came off a little early there. I spoke too soon.
Just a smidge.
Yep, comes off a little early. Going to want to clean that up going into this switch. Half cab, boom, front board, bam, right between the bindings. Stop.
Look right here as he pops out into this transfer, gets the 270 pop out, total control. Gaps over, lip slide, 270 out.
This run's growing on me as I watch it more.
No, it was nice. It was very, very clean. Just that one little bobble in it, but I think that's a good foundation to build on.
82,
wow,
so Frank takes over the lead. Joey Fava still sitting in that transfer spot. Remember, we only take those 2 top scores on to round number 2. Straight back up to the top, Nick Baden. Destroyer.
Yeah, he's got his footage this year, Knights of the Brown Table, a little bit of street, a little bit of POW, but he's given us a nice street offering here today. A goofy rider, carrying a lot of speed into that, able to, big gap, not able to see that all the way through.
Oh, how's that nollie over?
See, this is what I expected to see from Nick Baden. You see a lot of these competitive riders, you know, they're throwing in a 270 anytime they can. Nick Baden, he's going fast, he's going big. To me, it's like he's doing it for the culture.
Yeah, I think that's the way he's kind of always ridden everything. He takes his own line, and he does it with such freaking good style.
Baden carrying so much speed, that 50-50.
And then boom.
Gaps out to the back lip.
Not able to ride that one like I'm sure he wants to, but he's got another chance. And that's a massive gap.
Yeah, that was huge.
I was going to say, it's a little bit of a treat getting to watch Nick Baden back in contest mode.
Yeah.
So Nick, what are they going to give him for run number 2? 57. 57 for Nick Baden. He's got another run coming.
Not bad, he says.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Joey Fava will be up next.
Looks focused.
Yeah. Maybe thinking about what he's going to eat later. Hard to tell with Joey Fava. I don't think he's too concerned.
Here we go. Joey kind of skipping that first feature.
Start things off with a solid switch maneuver. Going into a big 360 transfer.
Nailed it that time.
Boom. There's that back lip on the Clackamas County back lip. A trick that Joey Fava has made a lot of movement with this year.
Wow. I mean, not a lot to say about that run in terms of ticking points down. That was really solid.
And definitely different than his previous run. So that goes to show Joey Fava a wide array of tricks that he's looking at here, probably stomped most of in practice. That big 360 transfer we see there. And then this back lip. That's dangerous.
Kind of overturned as well. I mean, that was a very extended back lip.
Wow. Definitely putting his name in the history books as one of the best backlips in snowboarding.
Throwing a little grab in there for fun, you know.
Chucked a little grabby.
Pretzel out. He's going to be happy with that one. He's got his dad in the crowd, his brother's here. This event made for someone like Joey Fava.
All right, let's see. Is he going to pop up in the points? 85! Joey Favs moves into the lead.
I'm going to go say that he's kind of on fire this season.
Oh, yeah. And we are shaping up to have maybe what is potentially a Fava battle.
It could be great.
Fava
Could be great
v.
to
Fava.
see. Darcy Sharpe up next. As you said, not a lot of regards for his physical being as soon as he jumps into a street style course.
Coming in switch into that layback. Solid backside 360 out. Oh, almost looks like he almost rode off the storage container, but maintains that edge. There we go. Big back 270, able to stay on top of that 50 gap. And
wow!
There it is.
That's what he wanted.
He was up on top of that thing, landed so solid.
Pressure's on right now. I definitely think there's a lot of pressure there for the number 2 spot. Would that unseat Joey right now?
Yeah, that was a heavy run.
Yeah, we're not seeing this trick done by a lot of riders. I hope judges taking note of that. I personally love a creative take. This is, after all, street style. And if there's one thing we know about street snowboarding, it's all about kind of riding outside of the lines. You know, beating to the tune of your own drum, and Darcy Sharpe, no stranger to doing just that.
And the blind position on that layback too. I mean, that's really gnarly.
And then where we saw him kind of careen into the corral. Wow. Lands that one triumphantly.
Let's watch that again. He just lands on top of it, goes full statue, and then pops off. So there was total and complete control on that one. Great pop out. I think he's going to move into the lead, 88.33.
Oh, yeah. No surprise there, Darcy Sharpe, though more of a slope style rider. He's one of those riders that in his run always has a creative rail line, and here he gets to just put that on notice.
All right, so Frank Jobin will be the final competitor here in run number 2. And there will be one last attempt to make that top 2 transfer spots out of this round. Frank, really technical up top.
Start things off with a switch 270, able to hold on to it. Unreal the way he cleaned that up.
Ooh.
Off a little early there, might not be enough. Heading into Clackamas. Nope, the final feature, not able to get that 270 either. Frank Jobin, a little bit of a head throw back, you know, wasn't exactly what he was looking for.
His switch game though, man. Whew.
Yeah, everything is there, but right now we're going to talk about what kind of went wrong on that run. Came off just a little bit early on that top feature, and then on this feature as well. Not quite locking in.
Yeah, unfortunately, you just can't afford to make those kind of mistakes when you are in these brackets tonight.
No. 67 for Frank Jobin. Third and final run as we head straight back up to the top. Nick Baden will be the first to drop. Each one of these riders gets one more tent. Darcy Sharpe on top right now, followed by Joey Fava. Those are the 2 that are moving on at this point.
You're good to go, Nick. Go, thank you.
All right, Baden likes to carry a lot of speed. Wants to put on a show.
Board slide into switch. Switch board slide, mixing things up there.
A lot of speed here.
A lot of speed we're gonna see. Oh!
In the air to back lip.
Yeah. You know, and as he's pulling himself into the bottom, again, Nick Baden, someone who goes fast, he charges, he goes big, he's Sean Malto's favorite. What else can you say?
I mean, he's the dark horse of snowboarding, and I mean that in the best way. It just, like you said before, he rides the way he wants to ride. He's doing it for the culture.
There you go, Baden, with that half-cap board slide.
I've been with Nick Baden a little bit this weekend, and the amount of people that come up to him and just fan out on him generally, I think despite the results here, this is going to be a win for Nick Baden's career.
Yeah. Baden getting a little lost on the landing of that backside lip slide transfer. But who cares? You know where you're going to find Nick in about 15 minutes. All right, Joey Fava will have his third run. Right now he's sitting looking good for that transfer.
And as we know, the scores do reset after this, so I'm wondering Will he start to pull out even bigger transfers than the ones we've been seeing so far? Starting things off switch, solid 270 there. 50, big back three, able to put it on a little off to the side. There's that back lip on Clackamas County, and whoa, buddy.
Okay. Joey looking up the ante on run number 3. Give us a crab walk. Where's the crab walk? People want the crab walk. Boom. There it is. There it is. There's a crab walk.
Such a crowd pleaser.
Shout out Scott Stevens as well for that little tail block
Yeah.
in the end there.
It ain't over until Joey says so. Big 270 brings it back.
So clean.
Here we see that 360, not able to square up quite like he might have wanted there. Doesn't stop him though into this dangerous back lip.
Yeah, there's a lot of edge catch potential right there.
And then of course he says, hey brother, I see your 450 and I raise you 450.
Backside 450, his brother did the front side version. That was pretty insane. Run number 3, Joey Fava. He is very lit up right now.
He's really working the camera. Just
76 they give him for run number 3, but it don't matter. All you got to do is have the top 2 scores.
I feel like the cameraman's probably scared of Joey Fava at this point. Like, are you going to eat me? Are you going to punch me? I don't know what's going to happen.
Darcy Sharpe is up next, currently sitting on top. He's going to move out of this round no matter what. He's in the driver's seat right now. So this is kind of a just a practice run for him. Not a lot of pressure in this run.
You know, I have a feeling, Todd, it's not going to stop him from scaring us.
Great.
Oh, I like the switch up with the line choice.
Yeah, he's mixing things up, maybe getting a feeling for what he might want to do in that head-to-head round, warming things up. Boom.
Oh, that was great.
270 out of Clackamas, heading into this hard way 270, putting that thing down. Not really going to advance, I think, some of the scores we've seen before, but I think he's just working on getting his legs under.
Yeah, that was cruise control.
Yeah, just putting some feelers out, trying some other things.
Okay, Darcy Sharpe. He is moving on. And really, it's Frank Jobin who can possibly upset the Joey Fava moving on.
This feels stressful again.
It is stressful. A little Clackin with a 270 out.
Yeah,
Bing, 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 bing.
We got some questions yesterday. Clackamas County is a real place.
It is. There's actually there's a mall there that we used to go to on rain days from High Cascade Snowboard Camp. Yeah.
We'd go see movies there.
Yeah, if you've spent any time at the summer camps at Mount Hood, you're familiar with Clackamas.
I do believe Clackamas Town Center is also where Tanya Harding took out the old knee.
That's correct.
Because there's an ice skating rink. Wow.
All right, Frank Jobin will be the last rider. He needs better than an 86. Well, he needs an 86. He needs better than an 85, which technically would be an 85.1.
Yeah. 0-1 even.
Yeah.
Now I know why they get you in here, Todd.
That's right. A real math wizard.
We're a bunch of math majors over here in the booth.
Starting things off switch. Solid 270 there. They're cleaning this up. We saw a little bit bobble last time. Not one in
solid.
sight. Onto that electrical box. Perfect front board on that. Into this final feature. Not able to get. Things were looking good there.
They were looking real good.
Really good.
If he was able to get that 270, I think there would have been a run for the money situation.
I think Joey is breathing a sigh of relief because that upper section was super technical, super clean, but just coming off, not executing the way that he intended on that final rail. He wanted that 270 pop out again.
Yeah. But those first 3 features, oh my gosh, the precision that Jobin has.
Yeah, that's between the bindings, that's all day.
Back lip.
holding it down for Quebec City out here. My goodness. Then here, we saw it in his last run, but not able to get that 270 out like you can tell he wanted to do. Frank Jobin, Quebec City, rail royalty.
All right, so the standings are, just wait for Frank to get his score and make it official. Frank Jobin, 77.33, so that means that Darcy Sharpe and Joey Fava are moving on to the round. So we are now out of round one into round two. This is the head-to-heads. Let's go down to Chris Cote, who's with Darcy Sharpe.
Well, we lost Joey Fava. Where is our Fava? Well, our Fava is now in the battle brackets. Darcy, You just sent it hard 3 times in a row. You scared everybody in the booth. You freaked us all out. What can you do to top that in the battles?
I think consistency is key in the next round, so pretty similar. And just try to land them both clean and then try to put something together for the finals. But honestly, like, everybody here's so good, so you're putting your all in this first round. It's probably going to look pretty similar from most guys.
All right, well, similar is good when you're riding like that. Let's hear it for Darcy Sharpe. He's in the battle round.
All right, thanks, Chris. When we get back here, we are going into the battle round, head-to-head format. Stick around, a lot more street snowboarding to come from Copper Mountain.
Shake that groove thing.
Refresh your senses with a kick of citrus flavor. Do the do.
Hey there, it's me. Food. Whenever you need me, I'm ready for you. Especially when you're busy. And you're always busy. But no matter what, we find time for this. So go ahead and enjoy the moment. Because there's plenty to go around. Keep it easy, my friends. Sincerely, food. Sincerely, Safeway.
It's me, America's sweetheart, and I just love having a blast. The Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Kids party? Having a blast. Stuck in an elevator? Having a blast. Winning. Losing. Having a... Probe me already. Blast. I can have a blast anytime, anywhere.
And with anyone?
Mountain Dew Baja Blast. In stores everywhere.
I, too, am having a blast.
Looking for what comes next? For that moment when everything finally...
1 minute!
Whichever path you choose, it starts here.
Get ready to unleash their inner athlete. From their first turns to that first drop, first air, to the first time they leave you in the dust. Copper has the terrain to grow their skills, build their confidence, and turn them into lifelong shredders. Challenge accepted. Copper, the athlete's mountain.
Rockstar energy for when the session needs that extra fire.
Sorry. Welcome to Nixon News, and boy, do we have some news for you. I'm Stephen Cinnamon, and this is Lax Purthington.
Hi.
We are about to embark on a journey that is a... let me do that again, let me do that again, let me do that again. Shh. Hey everyone, you know what the worst day of the year is? No, it's not the day the test results come back. It is, of course, daylight savings time. Wait a second.
Time out. There's no S in daylight saving time.
There's no S.
This just in, there's no S in daylight saving time while we are traveling through time.
Where did the S
Time
go?
travel day.
Where did they put the S? I've always understood it as daylight savings time. It's optional. I say don't even experience it for yourself. But if you do, you move the arm, the smaller of the two arms, you move it forward an hour in the spring. That is what you do. You spring, they say spring forward. Spring forward. Daylight saving time. This is horse.
With no S.
All right. And we are back.
Wow, Todd.
Yeah, it's pretty good. That is.
Can we expect maybe a nomination for that performance just there?
I'm thinking that maybe they should nominate the hair and makeup.
I was just going to say, I feel like the hair is really the true winner in that piece.
Yeah, you know, that's there's a lot to unpack there. All right, hey, so we are moving now into our round number 2, the battle bracket. So it'll be Liam up against Pat Fava, Luke Winkleman against Joey Fava, and Darcy Sharpe up against Benny Milam. Overall impression, we won't know who advances on until the end.
I hate this.
I know, this is very stressful, but this is what we like. We like a little bit of drama, we like a little bit of spice, and spice must flow, as we know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just
I can't help that.
I haven't seen the movie yet, Todd.
Okay,
Can you please wait?
Yeah. Dune. Spelled D-E-W-N. Okay, I couldn't help but notice we've kind of got a little bit of a situation where it's kind of the streets versus the slopes.
Oh.
This is heavy. This is for a lot of cred marbles in the street riders versus the slopestyle riders.
Each one of these brackets kind of represents its own little face-off, you know, and that's cool to see. I'm actually really happy with this breakdown.
So we're going to start off with Liam. He's going to be up against Pat Fava in heat number 1. And we're going to zip these guys straight back up. So there's not going to be a lot of breathing room. We're going to know what's happening here fairly rapidly. Overall impression, 2 runs. Let's go.
Starting things off, switch, the board slide, switch into front board. We're seeing this kid do more switch ups than anybody I know. I can't even keep track. And then 270 on the Clackamas. Able to ride through it, not as clean as he's going to want.
Oh boy.
270 in, 270 out. That's Liam Brearley starting things off. You can tell he wants a little bit cleaner of a run. I think he might need it if he's going against the likes of Pat Fava.
I mean, definitely putting some pressure on the Utah rider right now. But as we've seen in the first round, Fava has multiple gears to choose from.
And he also has multiple options. And I hope we see one of these really scary ones because that's fun.
Word from the booth, please get scary.
But that was truly technical. So this is kind of like, it is a contrasting styles, maybe a little bit more dynamic.
Yeah.
Not to take anything away from that run from Liam, but things could get really interesting right now.
Pat Fava cosplaying as a Portland bike messenger. A flannel and a mustache.
Who splits wood on the weekends.
Board slide through there. Big back 270, squares that thing up right onto the storage container.
This is looking good, but I'm scared to curse him.
Yep. Heading into Clackamas. Nice backside 270, off a little early. Not enough to take him down, so we can head into that.
450. End it off. So we won't know. Straight back up to the top.
Serve returned.
You know, I gotta say, for the longest time, I felt like it wasn't a rail jam until someone did a flip. Now I'm starting to feel like it's not a rail jam until someone does a 450.
I prefer that, honestly. I'd way rather see a 450 than a flip, personally.
Go. Backside 270 squared up there. There's the 270 onto the down bar off the storage container. Straight into the backside 270 Garatata on the Clackamas rail. And the 450 front side to get things done at the bottom. Straight back up to the top. Liam is going to drop. And we are going to find out what their scores are. After Pat comes down, we'll see who advances.
Liam Brearley, so far highest score we've seen of the night.
Yeah, he's kind of got a bit of a shock and awe campaign going on this course.
Switching that line.
Wow.
Proper. Going into the storage container, switch 270, brings that thing back onto the electrical box.
Oh, wow.
Kid's just dancing out there.
Yeah, Liam did not come to play.
I think that's a nice score right there. You know,
yes.
That's its overall impression over these 2 runs. I think the first one didn't exactly go the way he wanted, but I think he just had a solid answer with this second run here.
Oh, yeah, he pulled that out, and this was clean. I mean, look at that 2.7.
So the body's instinct, of course, to keep spinning when you're on that 270, but we saw him bring that back to regular. That takes a little bit more board control. Judge is definitely going to take notice of that.
Well, slowed down, you really see that kind of pronounced style on that last feature.
It's an interesting take on that last rail, kind of the 270 gap off. Imagine if he transfers that.
Wow. All right, so we're going to have Pat come down to answer to that. There we go, Pat Fava. Let's go, he wants it.
Pat Fava, Rail Jam aficionado, Salt Lake City.
Here we go.
Starting things off switch. Switch board slide. Back 270. Onto the storage container. Just flirting with the edge there. Holding on to it. There's that backside 270.
Ooh.
Holds on to it. Might not have enough speed for the 450, but
Oh.
turns out Pat Fava doesn't need that much speed to do it.
Ooh, the hand touch at the end.
Wow, Fava fever we see.
Fava fever.
Can we get that person in the booth? They're smarter than us.
Yeah, we should have thought of that. That is
Fava
really good.
figure? I don't know.
Well, the Fava figure is here in the audience.
I know. The Fava figure is here. Back 270. And then check this out.
So
basically
close to the edge.
flirts with the edge of the storage.
Just a solid carve. Hangs edge off the end of that thing.
Just straight hanging edge. Back 270 on the Clackamas.
Not the cleanest one we'd seen of him all night, but able to redirect and get that thing going. And there it is, the 450. Not able to really put that one between the bindings like he would have liked.
This is going to be tough. Okay, the rider that is moving on will be... It will be Liam with his Super Tech run. Great showing by Pat Fava here this evening. All right, Chris Cote is going to get in there.
Tight battle. You took out one of the Fava brothers right there. You're now in the finals at the 20th anniversary of Dew Tour. What were you doing 20 years ago when Dew Tour started?
20 years ago, I was 1 year old, so not doing anything at all.
We got a Dew baby right here. Good luck, buddy.
A Dew baby.
Dew babies. We love the Dew babies.
I like this. Liam Brearley setting Ontario on the map for rail riders right now.
Okay, so Liam has moved on officially. Looks like Luke Winkleman will be up against Joey Fava. And as you said, it really is the battle between slopestyle gurus and boys of the street.
Yeah, and of course Luke does cross over into that street section as well, but he's a very talented slope rider.
Yeah, I think Luke's one of the riders, one of the more successful examples we've seen of a contest rider that's put out video footage that is respected by the streets.
100%. Classic.
You got to respect the streets, and the streets will respect you back, is what I've always said.
You had that full street part
You do
a long time
always
ago.
say
It was
that.
really,
I do.
really good.
You should hear me.
50 gap front board. Now he's going switch 270.
Oh.
Perfect.
There's that Winkleman style right
on
there.
that.
Luke is in cruise control.
Looking for the pretzel, wasn't able to find it.
Luke, a little bit of a problem, perhaps leaving the door open for a Fava. But check this out, everything was going so well up top.
Yep, right between the bindings there. Perfect management of speed, right between the bindings. Even a little blunted on the back there. And into this final one. You're looking for that pretzel. You can see him looking over his shoulder, kind of gearing up, looking to spin 270 the unnatural hard way. Not able to get it done.
All right, Joey Fava, we'll have to answer to that.
Undeniable fan favorite.
Oh, that was really good.
That was good. That was
That was something that's never been said.
Big 270 out. Now he's going switch.
Carrying a lot of speed.
Wow, that back lip. Oh,
wow.
Okay. All right, so, clean landing through that. Pressure's on Luke at the top right now.
I think it will be a better score just simply by the nature of him sticking everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Taking a second look. That's just beautiful. The big 2.7 to the down.
Yeah, check it out right here. Almost squares it up, comes off a little bit early. Kind of fights the heel edge drift.
Such a fan of that back leg.
And stands up tall and gets the 270 pop out. Straight back up to the top, Luke Winkleman.
Of course, even a run like that is not safe with Luke Winkleman dropping in next.
Yeah, Luke Winkleman, I think, someone who manages pressure well. I'm imagining that we might see something special here. He's mixing things up. Solid front board on the barriers. Switch up. Now he's going switch into this transfer. Board slide.
Ooh.
That was nice.
Chucking the brakes on.
Switch 50 through Clackamas County. That's just a classy move. And 270 out like it's nothing.
Okay, he's happy with that one.
That's a nice run.
That is.
That's a nice run, Luke.
I like the switch 50 on the firecracker rail right there. We have not seen that yet this weekend.
Yeah, there's certain tricks that when you look at them, they seem scary just by the way they look. There's other tricks that are subtly really challenging. A switch 50-50 on that Clackamas County rail, that's an example of a trick that might look a lot easier.
I love the above view. You can just tell the momentum that they're carrying and how they're, trying to pace themselves in between the obstacles. There's just so much happening. There's that switch 50-50.
That is sick. Wow.
And then this is just quintessential Luke Winkleman. He does that trick in his sleep.
Okay, this is heavy.
All right. This will be the answer. Joey Fava for his second run.
I have a feeling, there he is. I have a feeling we're going to see, a little something from Joey Fava on this
Come
run.
on, Joey. Give the people what they want.
Starting things off switch.
Oh, Joey.
Joey Fava hands up.
Putting on a show right now.
I've never seen someone claim the whole run while after falling, but I'm kind of here for it.
Bold strategy. Bold strategy.
Look, the camaraderie. We love to see it.
These contest riders know that it helps the judges when you throw a claim up at the end, and Joey Fava's got an interesting idea. I've fallen, and now I'm just going to claim for the rest of the run. That's smart.
All right, so here we go. Who is going to move on?
You heard it there first from Joey.
Luke Winkleman will move on, but big shout outs to Joey Fava. What a great performance here. Let's go down to Chris, who is with the mover honor of this heat bracket.
Yo, nerves of steel right there. Fava had you up against the ropes. You came back with that last trick, was insane. Welcome to the finals, my guy.
Thank you, brother.
You gonna step it up? What do we got going as you head into this big final episode?
I'm cruising. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe switch some stuff up. I don't know. Keep landing.
Calm, cool, collected. Our second finalist of the night is set.
Thank you, Chris. Chris is freezing. I know he is, because his lips aren't, his brain is, it wants him to say things, and his lips are not letting him say the things.
Could someone get Cote some more hand warmers, please?
The kid
Do the man a
he's
favor.
got so many hand warmers all over him right now. Looks like a patchwork quilt. All right, let's check out. We also have a best trick, U.S. Air Force best trick, that is up for grabs here this evening. What are the nominees for that? Let's check it out. And this will be from run number 1.
No surprise to see Liam Brearley on the best trick list. Been switching it up all day.
And this is kind of a moving target all through the event. It's the best trick of the entire event, and this is what we've seen so far that has been sick. So he's right now standing in that U.S. Air Force best trick. Okay, straight back up to the top. Darcy will be up against Benny Milam. Darcy Sharpe dropping now.
This is a heavy matchup. Two very, very different styles, two very, very talented riders, and both of them send it very precisely. So this is anyone's game right now.
Starting things off regular. A little bit of a Smith grind right there. I'm just going to call that out. Board side gap 50, back one out. He's going switch into Clackamas. Switch board slide through that. That's nice.
Nice and smooth. Darcy from top to bottom, no mistakes, super clean.
A lot of switch in there. I think that was a little bit of his strategy, right? Move into this next round. That's a Smith grind. I'm good. That's a Smith grind. A trick we do not often see in a snowboard contest. He sees Sean Malto here, and he's like, I'm going to Smith this.
He's like, I want to be the favorite.
Yeah.
Go over Baden.
Yeah.
I want Sean Malto.
Baden who?
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about now. But Darcy just putting on the clinic right there. 270 on the hard way. Up and over, taking some risk.
That's great. I love the hard way. That was good.
Darcy from top to literally every time I ride a rail, it's the hard way. Yes.
That's
Okay.
good. I can't, yeah.
Benny Milam will have to answer to Darcy's precision. He's got a very unique style. He's so cruisy on land, and then when he gets on the rails, it just shows in his style.
So technical, so smooth.
Switchboard slide 270. 50. Nice. Big gap 270 there going into Clackamas. Board slide through that. There's that wall transfer. He's looking at the 270. He's looking at it.
I think he wants to get that, but that was a very smooth run, completely different approach.
Strategic, too. Put it down, put a little pressure on the opponent, and then ratchet it up.
Yep. There's no hanging out down here at the bottom. They're straight back up to the top. Let's take a look now at what we saw.
Yeah, not a lot of time to think when you're switching things up like that, but Benny Milam managing it perfectly well. There we see that perfect style. Lets it breathe as he pokes his nose out there, and then that quick rewind going into that board slide through the waterfall rail, and then transfer there. If I had to guess, knowing Benny Milam, I think what he's looking at is boom off
wall
the
ride,
wall,
and then hit that, and then
and
270.
then a 270. I think he's looking at that, and I know we can do it.
All right, straight back up to the top. Darcy Sharpe for his second run in the battle bracket.
Darcy, you're good.
Just getting his music right. Maybe listening to a breathing podcast.
Yeah, that's what I want. Something
Some
calming.
ASMR.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just listening to Clackamas County Rail sound effects on repeat.
This is soothing sound.
It
I
is.
like it.
It is. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
I'm surprised there's not more of an ASMR YouTube presence for that kind of thing. It's mostly a lot of eating.
Well, Mary, if this doesn't work out,
I think you could look into this.
Okay, another different line for Darcy Sharpe. Goes for that Darcy drag.
Boom, lip, 270 out, heading into this thing, regular stance, big backside 270, squared up on that thing, 50 gap. There's the 270.
How smooth do you
Wow.
want it to be, ladies and gentlemen? Darcy Sharpe in cruise control.
Western Canada came to play today.
So he definitely kind of called back to his first runs there. So we saw in his first run in this segment, definitely tried to mix things up, but then kind of went back to what he knew the judges liked for this second one, which is smart. It's strategy. He's a strategic man.
What did you call the Darcy slide?
Darcy drag.
Darcy drag. Yeah, that was good.
And it comes down here. Watch how smooth this is. Backside 270, squared up, fully balanced on top. And then the gap over with the 270 out, perfectly riding out. That was a great combo. Those last two features, perfect.
Yeah, that's a big score.
Yeah, I think Benny Milam's definitely going to want to bring something special after watching two runs like that go down. Just two really solid options.
All right, so this will do it. The last run of our battle brackets in round two. Benny Milam, what has he got? He has that wall ride redirect onto the rail.
Starting things switch.
Casual looking switch up.
Ooh,
Oh.
clean.
Reverting the switch.
Oh, Benny goes down. And unfortunately for him, it really costs you in this round. So I think by virtue of that, we're going to see Darcy move on easily. But a sick showing nonetheless. Let's get the official ruling here before we say any more.
Well, the crowd knew it. The judges, they might know it here in a second. There you go, Darcy Sharpe making the finals there. Benny, hey, hell of an effort right there. Darcy, you said you were going to send it. Now you got to send it just a little bit more.
A little bit more, not gonna lie. Benny was the one guy round two I didn't want to go up against him, so heavy matchup. Hyped to make her through. This final is gonna be fun. Thanks for everybody coming out. Let's get loud for the finals. Come on.
There we go. The finals are set. History's about to go down here at the 20th anniversary of Dude Tour. Let's go. Let's stay warm. Let's party. Come on, it's Saturday night.
Someone, Chris, just carve open somebody and get inside.
He's trying to speak that one into existence.
Yeah, it just as long as you keep the lips moving, something will happen. All right. So this is what it looks like now. Liam, Luke, and Darcy, those are our final riders. And the way it shakes out, 2 more runs will decide the champ. Stick around. More slopestyle. Street style. Style.
Refresh your senses with a wave of tropical lime flavor. Mountain Dew Baja Blast. In stores now.
Rockstar Energy to help me take it to the next level.
Is this it?
This is it!
Dew Tour is brought to you by Mountain Dew. Do the Dew. Safeway, Colorado's local grocer since 1926.
All right, we are about to wrap up the evening's festivities here at the men's street style under the lights here at Copper, and there's a lot of people out here. Chris Cote wishes they all would hug him down there in the corral because the boy is freezing. Luke Winkleman up against Darcy Sharpe and Liam Brearley for the final. Each one of these riders will get 2 runs down through the course, and that will determine our winner.
Yeah, we're looking at the podium here, but the order of it still to be determined, of course, but we know each of these riders walking away with some hardware, all of them vying for that first place spot.
And also up for grabs, that Air Force best trick. That could happen in this round. Right now, it's looking like I think Liam has got that kind of locked up here for the time being. We could see some more crazy stuff go down in this round.
Yeah, I think it's his to lose at this point in terms of the best trick because, you know, he's moving through this thing with speed, agility, and more combined spins than maybe an average slopestyle run.
All right, so best score will win this thing. Each rider gets 2 runs through. Luke Winkleman will start us off in this final. We are almost down to the wire here.
Luke Winkleman coming out of Blowing Rock, North Carolina. One of an impressive scene of North Carolina Carolina riders. You got Zeb Powell, Brantley Mullins, couple riders coming out of North Carolina, putting it on the map as a shred destination. Luke Winkleman, absolutely one of those riders.
Here we go. 3 slopestyle technicians focusing now on the rails here in the street style. Here we go. Luke Winkleman starting things off.
Cab into that press like we've seen him do effortlessly all day. 50 gap, holds on to that edge, going into another solid 270, getting blunted on that switch front board. Little tweak at the end there for the people at home.
Great start to this finals. And yeah, I mean, that was really clean.
Yeah, we saw him kind of mix things up at the bottom there, kind of sticking to what he knows at the top, but throwing in that switch front board at the end, a nice little touch.
We definitely have to talk about how much riding has gone down.
Yeah.
They had a lot of practice this afternoon. It's a ton of runs once you make it to this final. So the strategy is to leave a little something in the tank, a little gas in the tank.
And I do think that Luke isn't a stranger to that because he has been riding in rail jams a bit. I mean, he had his own at App Mountain last year, and there was so many runs. I mean, he's kind of used to this format.
All right, so let's see what he's going to get. 82.33 to start off this final. That's his first score. He gets another shot at this as we go straight back up to the top to Darcy Sharpe. Now, we saw Darcy in the battle brackets just go crazy.
Yeah, Darcy Sharpe mixing up the trick selection. And I'll be curious to see what he brings into this final round. Starting things off, switch. There's that layback, 360 out, able to pull it in the end. Switch lip 270, going into that big backside 270 transfer, coming off a little bit early, holding edge as he grinds through that bottom feature.
That was a chill trick for Darcy on the last feature.
Yeah, and I think he just didn't square up on that 270, so he knew he needs to keep it a little bit, like I said, a little gas in the tank for run number 2. Remember, it's best run will take this. A little wild on the pop-off of the wall ride feature.
Also a testament to how good he is, how all of these riders are so good, that he could have that kind of wobble and just pick it up and keep going.
Yeah, here we go, Darcy. There's that gap where he didn't quite square it up. Kind of just dragged his tail on the barriers. And then launches over here into kind of a crail lip slide.
Yeah, it's fun. It's creative. It's different. It's good to show the wide array of street tricks that go down.
All right, Darcy with a 60 to start off his campaign here. He's got another run. Straight back up to the top. Liam Brearley will be our rider that is capping off run number 1.
Been a big fan of this trick he has all day, that board slide switch up into front board. Does something similar to that flat down.
Textbook.
Whoa.
Wow.
I don't think he's made a mistake
No.
all night.
Back 270 on Clackamas heading into this final feature. 270 out. This kid is ice cold right now. We could call him Chris Cote.
It's cold tay.
Cold tay.
Yeah. Crisp cold tay.
Yeah.
Chris Colte taking a second look at Liam's run. I mean, really, no complaints here.
Yeah, this is
transfer 270.
that thing that won him, got him in that Air Force best trick. Not as squared up as we saw in that original nomination. That is just, can't begin to state how scary that trick is going into Clackamas blind like that. 270 and 270 out. He pops out of that 270 a little earlier than I'd like.
Still, I think it was the best run that we've seen come down in this final so far. 90.33. Wow. That is a behemoth score.
90s club all night for Liam.
Yeah.
All right, straight back up to the top for run number 2. The final runs here in the men's street style.
Luke Winkleman, if I had to guess, maybe when he's getting that switch front board at the end, I know he's got that switch front board pretzel. Wondering if he might throw that in there. But we'll find out.
I think you have to at this point.
All these riders on the podium.
Cab 1, switch press. Front 270.
Looking good at the top.
50 blunt. He's going switch into this transfer. There he goes, just making nice work of that drop down.
Brings it back.
Okay, Didn't see the pretzel, but we saw a different variation. Stylish nonetheless.
Yes.
Luke Winkleman with a solid answer in that second run. Not sure if it's going to be enough to dethrone Liam Brearley at this time.
But still, the subtle technicality of what was going on in these tricks, everything was executed perfectly. Look at this, locking into it.
That's how you do that trick.
Yeah.
That is how you do that trick. And then boom. Switch 270.
Bring back, just fighting your body's natural inclination to carry you all the way through the rotation. Just brings it right back.
And I think that's the thing about Luke Winkleman is his trick selection is so nice. It really is like a snowboarder selection of tricks.
Could not agree more with that assessment, Mary.
Okay, so 88.66. Luke Winkleman will sit in second place for the time being. Darcy Sharpe about to drop here. Darcy's got to bring it right now, or else Liam will have a victory lap.
Darcy, you're good.
All right. Darcy Sharpe is a third run, all cost kind of rider. I think that the possibilities for what could happen here are endless. Starting things off, switch.
Much better on that.
On that 360. Switch there, 270s, going regular into the electrical box. Gap over 270, not quite as squared as he wants. 50 transfer, 270.
Squeaks it.
Okay.
Solid.
Okay, Darcy Sharpe, will it be enough to take down Luke Winkleman and move into second place? Sitting on a 60 right now. Is it better than an 88.66? That's the question.
Really cleaned up that second feature, excuse me. And 270 on that was just perfect.
Coming up high off that storage container, brings that right back to regular, eyeing up this next feature. There's that big gap. 270, not as squared up as he wants, but still able to muscle that transfer.
All right, what's it gonna be? Darcy Sharpe. What will this score do for him? Will he jump into second place? 86.33, just shy. So Darcy Sharpe will go home in third, Luke Winkleman in second, and Liam Brearley will go home with the win. This is a victory lap for him. Congratulations goes out to Liam. What are we gonna get on this final run?
Thank you.
Dropping in. Wow, okay. He's kind of mixing things up here. Maybe opting out of that shelter.
Oh, here we go.
Out of nowhere. That 70 muscling that thing out into the final feature.
Yeah, there we go. That is the way that you end an event. Congratulations goes down to Liam Brearley. Did he not know that he won? Did you not know that he won? You won.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Absolutely crushed it from the beginning of this event to the end. Let's get in there with Chill Cold Tay down there. Chris.
Hey, the rumors are true. You just won Dew Tour.
Thank you so much. I'm hyped. That last run, I had no clue I was still in first. So I was like, okay, I think Darcy beat me. I got to step it up here. So just so stoked.
Oh, we feel that energy. Describe that feeling when you rode down here and you got that news that you are our Dew Tour champion.
I was a little bit confused, but then looked over at the screen and saw I was in first, and I was so hyped. But congrats to the boys. Everyone killed it, and it was such a sick event. Thank you.
Give it up for our champion!
Liam getting it done on run number 1 of 2. The second run he came through with an 84. That 90.33 brought it home for him. What a great showing.
Liam is on fire this year. I mean, he's starting to build that trophy room right now. His first Dew Tour victory, first Dew Tour showing.
Yeah, and let's take a look back at how he got the job done here over the course of the evening, and still going home with that Air Force best trick as well.
Yeah, I mean, this kid came to play. I didn't really see him much in practice, but his ability to, a lot of people are throwing spins at the end of rails and the beginning of rails. He's actually just doing them in the middle. Transfer, he's busting out 450s out of nowhere. Liam Brearley, like you said, Mary, one heck of a season so far. Nice little piece of Dew Tour hardware to go home with today.
Yeah, he let the people know tonight that he is here to stay. We'll be seeing a lot more of him in the future for sure.
Yeah, coming down here to the bottom, had no idea that he had sealed the deal. I don't know how he couldn't have known. We're just down here yakking away. Finds out that he won this thing.
The moment of realization.
Surprise! Guess what? All right, DC, we're going to throw it down to you to do the awards.
Right on. Thank you very much, Todd, Stan, and Mary. And way to hold it down out there in the cold, Chris Cote. But it's time for our award ceremony, the last event of the day here, day 2 of 3, out here at Dew Tour Copper Mountain 2024, celebrating 20 years of Dew Tour. Before we introduce your podium to you, I'd like to introduce a very special guest out here, our award presenters. We got Sam Cardelf, brand designer at Mountain Dew. Thank you very much, Sam, for being on hand to hand out the hardware. And now your podium out here for men's snowboard street style. In 3rd place, coming out of Canada. He can do it in a slopestyle course. He can do it in the backcountry. And he did it out here tonight in street style. Make some noise for the talented Darcy Sharpe. One more time, let's hear it for Darcy Sharpe out here, 3rd place. Way to go, Darce. In 2nd place, coming out of North Carolina, let's hear it for your boy, Luke Winkleman. One more time, one of the most stylish dudes out there. Make some noise for 2nd place finisher, Luke Winkleman. Always a pleasure seeing you do your thing, Luke. And your champion out here tonight, having a breakthrough season. We are so proud of you, coming out of Canada. Make some noise for Liam Brearley. One more time, let's hear it for your champion, Liam Brearley, and your podium out here for men's snowboard street style. And we got one more award to present out there as well. Your U.S. Air Force best trick. And that is going as well to the Canadian crushing it this year. Make some noise one more time for Liam Brearley winning the U.S. Air Force best trick. He has cracked the code this season. One more time, let's hear it for Liam Brearley and all the guys throwing down out there tonight.
All right, what an amazing evening out here. Huge congrats to everyone that even competed here this evening. This course was no joke. I'm just gonna go to you guys, Mary, Stan, for some final thoughts before we roll out of here.
I'm kind of speechless. Stan, you go first.
Yeah, I think as we watch the street style event, we start to see some of the tricks get bigger. We watch to see, them get a little badder. We see a couple different things. We see a Liam Brearley out here absolutely putting a beat down in terms of technicality, but then we see someone like Luke Winkleman with more trick selection that's more catered to a filming style, a wide array of snowboarding that we got to watch here today. All around just a fun watch.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, fun as in I felt a lot of stress at every turn because it was basically a finals matchup every single round. I think everyone rode amazing. The top 3, well-deserved. Liam, Luke, Darcy, you know, you guys killed it.
All right. Well, it was a crazy night here under the lights. Tomorrow, we've got more coming at you. It's all half-pipe action tomorrow. Tomorrow, we've got men's superpipe, we have women's superpipe, and we have a best trick cash jam that could feature an old fart snowboarder named me. All right, guys, we will see you tomorrow here at Duchor. Thanks for joining us here. Good night.